All right, so we're going to now create and send an invoice. And there's two situations: if there are no outstanding invoices, which is usually the case, and then if there are outstanding invoices for that client. Let's just focus on if there are no outstanding invoices for that client. Step one, create a new invoice. You're going to go under sales, under invoices, and get this screen here. And then you're simply going to create a new invoice. You're going to, and in creating that invoice, you want to select your customer. So right now we're going to look at, I believe Bloom Shakalaka just has a few items here. This is a small one. So we're going to do Bloom Shakalaka. So we could begin by typing Bloom and see if Bloom comes up. There it is. Hello at Bloom Shakalaka and Laura at Ashton Events. This client, this customer should probably be updated soon to have Catherine's name on it. And we should ask them. But for now, we're just going to, in the billing address, do Laura Helm and then just care of Bloom Shakalaka. Then we're going to add a single row for website and content support, which looks like this. Just start typing website and content support. There we go. Under the description now, I actually add each of the items here, adding Valentine's Day, turn off order deliveries, test theme, and these two test themes should probably go together. So the step is add all items as asterisks in the item description. I would leave this to the subtasks, or if it's an individual task, if there are any high-level milestones of that individual task, but you want to give them a sense of the scope of what you're invoicing for. So for now, let's open up this task. Let's look at what we've got here. We've got theme test, turning off order deliveries, and adding Valentine's Day. So that might just simply look like theme test, turn off order deliveries, and then adding Valentine's Day, I believe, adding Valentine's Day. Now there is a different project invoice for this client, Bloom Shakalaka. If you recall, we have the Forget Me Not project, but we're going to leave that for another day and another training. But for now, we're just going to pretend this is the only invoice going for Bloom. So we're going to see time track and then time estimate. So in general, I should simply put down 2.5 hours here. And if we looked at some of these items, we probably should check how much time was actually tracked. Theme test, no time tracked. We estimated 30 minutes, 22 minutes tracked of a 30-minute thing here. That sounds a little more accurate. 9 minutes of a 30-minute thing turning off order deliveries. That's fantastic. Marissa knocked that out like a boss. And then here we are, 30 minutes of an hour estimate for adding Valentine's Day. So this is going to be a win for us. And that's really good. So generally, we would enter, in this case, the estimate time, 2.5 hours. And we're just going to do that. Sometimes we'll leave the discretion up to, we'll determine in the future if we'll leave the discretion up to you if we want to save them half an hour. Hey, we quoted you 2.5 hours. We did a little less, so we only charged you for 2 hours, which would still be 100% markup. But for now, we're just going to go ahead because we know there's been a lot of project management. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in 2.5 hours. And the rate is right there. At the end of the quarter, this rate's going to go up again. But for this set of requests, we're only going to charge them $125. And so let's look at our steps. Add all the items as asterisks in the item description. Great. Then make any personalized notes. So I just simply make a note here, a message on the invoice. Thanks so much for your business, Catherine. This is just for requests other than the Forget Me Not package, just to keep them separate in everyone's mind. Then what I do is I actually put my cursor in here and I'll copy, Control C all of these, and I'll show you why in a quick second. So make any personalized notes. Yeah, I will actually put double duty on this right here and right here, just in case. I'm not really sure where they always appear, so I try to put them in both. Then I'll go ahead and copy this, and I'm actually going to click send the invoice. I'm going to click save and send. And this screen will pop up, which is a screen, so you can triple check how everything is looking. Here's your invoice. We appreciate your prompt payment. We cannot edit this without permission from Kelly Dietrich, our CPA, and it kind of is a little annoying. But I like this phrase, but not so abrupt. So I actually just do this and paste this. Here's your invoice. We completed the following. And this will be automated in the near future. But for now, I just do that. Boom. We appreciate your prompt payment. Thanks for your business. And then and then you can see how this updates here. We completed the following. Boom, theme test, turn off order deliveries. Great. Making sure this is for Bloom Shakalaka. Fantastic. And then I just click send and close. It'll do this. Boom. You notice that it added 121.25 due upon receipt, if you will. And there it is right there. Bloom Shakalaka sent today. And we'll cover some other training later, but that was simply it. That is how you create an invoice when there are no outstanding invoices, and then you repeat for all the rest. And then actually, I do need to add a step. Then what we do is, because we want to make sure there is no double duty, we're just going to set this to complete. In another day, yes, we're going to resolve all items. In the future, when we update our collection process and our invoice sent, there's some automations when we set it to invoice sent, and then that will remind the person in so many days to check invoices sent and decide if it needs to move to collection or if it has been collected upon. All of that is not being done like that at this moment. And so you don't have to worry about that. Just set it to complete and it's done. And I'll add that here, send the invoice, set the invoice task, and click up to the status titled complete. That's our system. That is the Spark Sites way to create and send an invoice.